Hello everybody. Today, in my presentation, I will be covering design elements for effective documents in the workplace. My name is Evan Gay, and it is a pleasure to present this to you today. Who does this presentation apply to, you may ask? This presentation applies to employees and employers who hope to improve their technical document quality. This document may also apply to students or trainees who may not know how to structure or format a work-type document. Topics we will be covering in my presentation: purpose and why we need it, organization and why it matters to the reader, and the design principles behind that. Purpose. When creating any type of document or speech, there needs to be a driving force behind it. Since the driving force in a document determines its success with a reader. Without a purpose, there would be no meaning, leaving the reader with no general outline or understanding of the topics that are going to be presented. Organization. A document can have a fantastic purpose and information, yet that can mean absolutely nothing without it being organized. Organization provides a reader with bits of information at a time without overwhelming them. Methods of organizing a document can include proper margin and spacing, putting information in chronological and numerical order, outlining topics that are going to be covered, as well as templates if you are not able to organize it yourself. Design principles. The purpose behind design principles is to aid the document's presentation by focusing on main areas, including topics, ideas, and just general organization. When writing a workplace document, there are many factors to consider, including purpose, graphics, and organization. Since design principles make a workplace document go from a mass of words to an interesting presentation for others to think of and observe. Design elements include alignment, balance, consistency, contrast, and grouping. Alignment. Alignment aids the reader's natural tendency to search for visual relationships. Ways of doing this are vertically aligning subjects and topics, as well as horizontally aligning pictures with sections of text. Balance. Balance makes sure all other features or topics are offset. Ways you can do this are having even margins, evenly sized and spaced sections, and graphics like pictures, graphs, and lists, as well as tables. Consistency. Consistency creates a sense of order, which makes sections calming as well as easier to understand for the reader. Ways of doing this are having headings, gridded patterned sections, lists, and page numbers. Contrast. Contrast makes items and text distinct from one another, making them easier to relate back to. Ways of doing this are shading and coloring texts as well as sections of the document or paper, highlighting, capitalizing, italicizing, and bolding pieces of texts, as well as changing the font and the font size, making them distinct from one another. Grouping. Grouping items near each other aids readers' natural tendency to relate to the next closest section. This makes certain sections easier to relate back to, as well as understand, if you put them in chronological order. You can do this by having white space, margins, and open space, making things even more distinct. Conclusion. To create an effective workplace document, base elements such as purpose, organization, and design elements should be covered in order to make a cohesive workplace document. Since purpose gives the reader a general understanding of what is being presented as well as a basis for the document. Organization caters to the reader's attention, allowing a smooth transition between sections and topics. Design principles cater to the reader's natural tendencies by emphasizing certain sections of text. By covering these three main areas, you should now be able to create a visual appealing document as well as an organized document with certain topics. In conclusion, These are my sources. I hope you enjoyed watching this presentation and have a wonderful evening or weekend.